and welcome back to Metropole Sports Center. My name is Nashon Owano. As I had promised you today on the show, we are going to be having a tantalizing show. We are going to be talking matters, corporates and sports. And joining me in studio right now is Edith Chumba, who's the head of retail at Standard Chartered for Kenya and East Africa. Edith, thank you so much for finding time and joining us on Metropole Sports Center.
Thank you, Nashon. I'm happy to be here.
Just off here, we were talking about how suddenly you are a Liverpool fan.
Yes, I mean that's where everybody should be, really.
Yeah, because it's suddenly the winning team. Now, let's get right into it. Now, we are going to be talking about the Liverpool branded debit cards that Standard Chartered has. Could you kindly take us through what was the motivation behind having Liverpool branded debit cards?
Yeah, so first of all, Nation, I must say that this is a very useful and important instrument for our customers. As you know, before I get into the details of what the card does, I think being the main sponsors of Liverpool for the last 10 years, we are really proud, to see the success, the journey the club has had to the last season where they were the winners. We were really, really proud as the main sponsors to stand red with them, really. So the introduction of this card was to really bring it home to Liverpool fans in Kenya. In our bank today, we have close to 5,000 fans already who support Liverpool. And I believe outside there, we have a number of Kenyans who are fans. So the introduction of this card was really just to bring it all together and, help our clients and the fans to support their team, by carrying around the card.
Okay, maybe you could talk about some of the features that this branded card has, because I saw that it has an enhanced security chip and PIN technology. Maybe you could tell us some of the aspects of it that make it unique in itself.
Yes. I think just from the look and feel in itself, I think it has a very unique look and feel. But more to that, it really empowers our clients when they are transacting. It allows them, people don't like carrying cash, the security of carrying cash everywhere you go. So this card empowers customers to transact easily, conveniently, both at the point of sale when they visit supermarkets and different stores when they're doing their shopping, or even fueling, or when they're in restaurants, dining with their friends and families. The card also helps on, when it comes to purchasing stuff online. It's a big promoter of e-commerce transactions. So given what we've seen during this COVID period, people don't want that physical contact when they're doing their purchase. So the card is really at the heart of it, to bring about that convenience. Apart from that, you would use this card to book your travel, and we've embedded some insurance cover on the card. So in an event that you lose your items or you lose your card, you can, online reapply for another one and get it immediately. But also some of the items that you purchase with that card, you get an insurance cover. Just to make it more spicy and to make it really a hook item for our clients. As you purchase, every purchase that you make, 100 shillings that you make, you get a point, you earn a point. So once you've accrued these points, and now we are getting into the festive season, you can redeem the points. It can, give you a ticket for holiday to Mombasa. We've partnered with hotels, that gives you very good discounts. Again, if you think about it, it just brings everything together. It helps to support your plans with your family. It helps you really at the point where you're so stuck financially. By redeeming those points, you are able to purchase whatever it is that you've always desired. So the card actually brings the whole financial experience together for our clients. Secondly, for you to have that card, you will automatically open an account. With a Standard Chartered account, you have access to a lot more solutions other than just a transaction account. So I guess for me, this is really the time, as we enjoy sports, this is really the time to think about our financial well-being.
Okay. Just before I walked into the studio and I mentioned to one of my colleagues, actually who's a Liverpool fan, about the debit card. And the question that he asked me is, if I have this card, you see how from time to time we may be having competitions where fans get to the opportunity to travel to Anfield. Does this particular one apply to this debit card?
Yeah, no, not directly, but yes, it does indirectly, in the sense that apart from just being an account holder and having access to this card, the bank has also come up with some activities that, brings the fun, visiting Anfields. We do an annual event, Road to Anfield. We've dubbed it Road to Anfield. So this annual event brings employees of different corporates together, our own employees of Standard Chartered Bank and media houses, to compete in a football match. And the winning team would then be sponsored, fully sponsored, on travel accommodation to Anfields, just to go and experience the real Anfields. So I guess having that card is, number one, a ticket, but largely your participation in the activities that we do, as sponsors of Liverpool, also then gives you the opportunity to go to Anfields.
Okay. Whenever we are having a conversation on the show, we can never really run away from the issue of COVID-19, irrespective of how much we want to run away from it. Interesting that you mentioned the Road to Anfield annual event that you guys have. How has that activity been affected by the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic?
Yes, unfortunately this year, for obvious reasons, we were not able, to host the event, seriously, just to ensure that we comply with the protocols of social distancing and, avoiding big crowds. Sports, you can't start saying that, I'll do it, but I'll do it with limited people. It won't work. It's a fun thing. It brings crowds together. So to cut the answer short, it's not been possible for us to do it this year. But I'm sure, we pray and hope that COVID will go. Next year we are back, because we are still in this relationship with Liverpool up to 2022-2023 season. Okay. So we still have an opportunity to host the event.
Okay. From time to time on my show, I usually have a conversation about the issue of the need to probably brand sporting as an employment opportunity. Because if you look at the way the local sports in Kenya is run, or in other countries in Africa particularly, you realize that it's usually looked upon as a leisure activity, whereas in countries like the UK, it's usually looked of as an employment opportunity. So what is the need for sporting bodies to align themselves to the corporates, and what role does corporates play in the whole of this circle?
I think the very fact that we sponsor the activity, the sporting activity in itself, gives us an inroad to provide employment opportunities. So I'll talk about two things that we are doing as a bank from a corporate corporate social activity perspective. So the first one is we support young girls. We call it a goal program. So this event then helps us to bring young girls together, through sports. So as they play sports, we also try to build them financially, train them, support, pay their school fees. Because what we are looking at from a corporate sponsorship perspective is to help people to learn and grow. So as you learn, as you acquire knowledge, you grow. So football for us, we saw as a big opportunity, because many people globally support and love football. Kenyans, we know we are in the forefront. We really love football. So we brought it home. So we have this program called Goals, where we have young girls that we've brought together. And every year we have a session where we sit with them, we educate them about financial empowerment through this. And as we have fun as they play football. I think the second one is, the real sponsorship program from a corporate perspective is where we are saying that we want to support young people, to grow, to learn entrepreneurial skills. In Kenya, again, just as an example, we've picked up a program that we sponsor every day, Women in Tech. So we have young people who've left university and they have very, very good ideas that they want to develop. They're looking for support. So we've partnered with Strathmore. We bring them together. They get free education from Strathmore. They're educated how technology can help them to enhance their business ideas. And then this year, what we are looking to do is, can we start giving them some small capital to build onto their business ideas? So if you look at all this, it's not just the fun part of it, but I guess as people are having fun, you're helping people who are talented to grow their talent, you know, and you know, to continue supporting sports and enjoying sports, but they don't forget about their financial well-being. So this is really how we bring it all together.
Okay. Maybe as we wrap up the interview, there's usually a negligence of women in sports, particularly because if you see even sports locally and internationally, women in sports conversation is something that goes on globally. You know, like there's talks of women are not being given enough opportunities as their male counterparts. Maybe if there are relevant stakeholders who are particularly watching this interview, what will you tell them in terms of what they need to do to bolster the amount of support that needs to be given to women in sports in Kenya and globally?
I think for me, being a woman myself, I think it first starts from a mindset perspective. And I know, I mean, there's that cultural view that women should always be in the back burner. But I want to challenge women that you have what it takes. And sports is just one of those aspects that gives you a very strong platform for you to stand up. And in many cases where we've seen women coming out strongly, we've seen the entire community or the entire perspective changes. Women has something that is God-given. You know, they bring, I mean, those who've done research around women leadership, they bring calmness, you know, they bring, you know, a sense of unity in solving issues and bringing people together. Just the same way we do at home. I mean, we are the pillars at home. We are able to bring everything together. Sports is no exception. So I would want to encourage women, those who are fun, who support football matches, whatever club that you're supporting. As you do that, just think about what you're bringing on the table. Think about what opportunity do you have. If you're a player, you're gifted, by all means, go out and play. There are many clubs that are starting up, women football and different other sports that are coming up. If you're talented, don't fear what the society will say, what people will say. Stand up and, you know, bring out your best to the world. There are many people out there who are willing to support you, who are willing to hold up your hand and get you to the next level. And for Standard Chartered Bank, we are proud. We are passionate about women leadership. And through this football, the support of LFC, we want to encourage all women. Please stand up. Join these programs that we are coming up with. We will walk with you. You will never walk alone. We will make sure that you stand ready.
Okay. Probably as we finish the last one, you see another title for Liverpool this season?
Is there another title for Liverpool this season?
You think they are going to take this season, champion this season again?
Yes. And why do I say so? I think the last season when they won, and you know, just towards the end, we had, I think as employees of Standard Chartered Bank, we had sessions with their coach, and he was just really telling us how it all happened, how he built the team, what he used to see, because we were very curious. How did this happen? You know? So one of the things he mentioned was that the team spirit is very, very important. And that when the season started, they knew that this is going to be a long journey. Along the way, there are matches that they will lose, and there are those that they will win.
Okay.
But what he did was to encourage the team to keep their eye on the prize. And actually, they kept their eye on the prize, and they scooped the final win. It will happen this year. I think they are now stronger. They are going to build on some of the things they did right last season. And for me, I really want to vote for them to win. I have really no choice. Just know we are behind you, Liverpool. Go for it. And fans, I know sometimes there's a game that was not so good for us. I think that should just make us feel stronger. The coming games we are going to win for sure. And Liverpool will win this season.
Okay. I've taken that information with a pinch of salt because I'm an Arsenal fan, because I was hoping we'll win, but I think we're going to follow the season and see how it goes.
I know my son is an Arsenal fan, and whenever we watch football together, he intimidates me. And I told him, watch this space. So when it gets to Liverpool playing Arsenal, you can imagine. You can imagine what happens.
Just know now just know that you now have one other person from Arsenal you have to worry about, who's going to just make fun of you.
Nation, I'll make sure I catch up with you every time we have a game. And you buy me a drink when we win.
Sure.
The reverse is true when you win.
Sure, no problem. I'll definitely make it happen.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Edith, for joining us on the show. That was Edith Chumba, who's the Standard Chartered Head of Retail for Kenya and East Africa. We take a short commercial break, but then after the break, I'm going to be joined in studio by a Formula One enthusiast as we'll be talking matters Formula One on the show tonight. See you after the break.
Thank you.